In this demo, I'm going to cover generalized discovery for software components. Focusing for a moment on the discovery products in the CMS space, I find it interesting that when vendors or product literature or associated sales folk talk about OS level discovery or software discovery, that it's all assumed to work. And when customers talk about it, there's an assumption that all products employ similar levels of discovery, whether good or bad, depends on the customer experience. But there's rarely a focus on discovery or discovery as a service. The focus is usually on what you do after discovery, how you visualize it, how you consume it, how you transition the context to different tools thereafter. And while that's true, you can't realize value until you do something with the data. Keep in mind, you can't do something with data that you do not have. Those products require you to tell them what they need to discover, track, and map. Sometimes this means configuring pieces and parts before finding them. Sometimes it means creating new discovery or one-to-one integration jobs for the new technology. And neither of those techniques are bad for enhancing what you have, but they're not the best place to start. If a product starts and ends with only those techniques, it means the efforts provided by that product require new discovery or configuration every step of the way. So I want to highlight a competitive advantage we have over the rest of the CMS products. We call it generalized discovery or dynamic discovery for software components. Our heuristics discover and map software across servers without prior knowledge of the software. That means your efforts start with a rich data set, which you can then enhance with discovery or integrations thereafter. And what that usually means is being able to consolidate many discovery jobs, maybe 100 that target specific technologies, down to just a few prior to any enhancement efforts. And that's good for support, system load, internal app dev coverage, and more. Feel free to reach out for a POC to see this in your environment, but right now I'm going to illustrate part of what this looks like in a demo. Okay, on the screen right now you should be able to see our focus server here, Jacob, a Windows 2012 R2 build. This is our server that we're going to play around with. There's some Micro Focus products on there, SQL Server, and a DNS server. This is current state right now. In this demo, I'm going to show adding a few things to the server and then showing that come through discovery without configuring anything in particular. So no configurations for any of the software that we're getting ready to deploy. So before I start, let me go ahead and turn a couple jobs on that I'm going to use to do the discovery, and then that'll come back in the background. We'll see that log rolling there. As you can see on the screen, just downloaded active state, Komodo edit. So I'm going to go ahead and run that. Install active state. I'll also install Heidi SQL. Now active state, so Komodo edit is an MSI file and Heidi is a custom executable, the installer. Install that, and then I have putty, which is a directory I just copied over. So a copy paste, which some installers do. So you can see I have some files in here. Alright, Komodo's still going, Heidi SQL's up, and let's start Heidi SQL up. Do a new one, connect into a local Postgres server. And if I remember the credentials, excellent. Alright, so Heidi SQL is connected, it sees something there. Oops. 1 second. I maximize that. Alright, Komodo edit, launch. Good. And then putty. And let's connect into a local. Excellent. So now we have putty running, we have Heidi SQL running in the background, and Komodo edit just started up here. Get started, okay, next, next, finish. And as soon as that appears in here, all right. Okay, and now Our discovery is running, so we should be able to go back to here. I'll leave that version of it up. There we go. Straighten it up a little bit. Oh, there's Putty. Right up here. Heidi SQL. The installer that was caught while it was running. Komodo Edit, right there, from active state. And so as you can see right here, live in the demo, we've just installed 3 different types of products on a Windows 2012 server. One that was an MSI, one that was a custom executable, and then just a copy-paste. And we've found them all without configuring anything in Discovery.